welcome to Talk Footy, Jimmy. We're here today with Reed and Emma Day Delgado, and a special guest, Collins.
Yay!
I don't know why I said it in that way. The intro.
I don't know why I got middle name, last name.
Reed, what's your middle name?
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't know my middle name. You know,
Michael.
no, starts with an A. I'm not telling you it actually.
Last name.
Exactly.
Alan.
Yeah, that's it.
Is it really Avogado?
No, Alan.
Oh, Reed Allen Strain.
That's it.
Huh. Is your middle name
It's my
just
dad's
Day,
side.
or do you have a second middle name?
Nope, just one. Just
What's your middle name?
stay.
Michael.
Chadwick.
Just stay.
Michael.
Okay, Garrett.
Ah,
We should get him on the podcast.
that'd be funny.
He would love it.
Yeah.
I
I'll
thought
actually text him for next one.
He would talk
What
to
are you
him.
saying
Technically.
now?
I thought Colin and Quavis's dad was supposed to be on the podcast.
Do you see Cuevas here?
Okay, Reed, jeez. Bring your kid.
I did.
Okay.
Brought a kid this week, so you should be
No.
happy about that.
Yeah.
This week we are talking about how to motivate players on the field, in practices, in games, and off the field. Now, this is obviously a bit different for each age group. I think motivating kids, like they should just come motivated and hungry. If they're not, like I don't. It's just rude. Honestly, like to be in any of our presences, don't you think that a kid just should want to play hard?
Well, jokes aside, I think any kid that's coming in for extra training or they should be motivated to work hard and to get better because they're there for a reason, right? They're not just coming there to have a good time, go scrimmage, go play. It is to get better. Some work on it. What if it's your left foot? If it's your passing, if it's out of there, whatever it might be, they should be motivated to focus on that.
Yeah.
I mean, their parents are paying extra money to do that. So I mean, if you aren't motivated, why are you even coming in the first place?
That's true. How do you, like a kid that comes in, you can tell they had like a long day at school. How do you get them out of that funk?
Um, Nice thing with us is, when we do individuals, you usually have players for a long time, right? You kind of know when they're having struggles, down day, whatever it might be. Just talk to them, have a chat. Like, hey, I can tell you're off, having a down day. Like, just chat and let them know that you're not just there to be their coach. You're there to be their mentor and their friend and guidance if they need it. So, I'll have a chat with them, be like, hey, it's all good. And usually I tell them, hey, just remember, like, soccer's supposed to be fun. This is what you love to do, right? So any issues that you have once you step on the field, just forget about them for this hour or 45 minutes, however long we have with them left. And just think about soccer, think about getting better, think about having fun. And then once you step off the field, then we can, you can worry about maybe the bad test grade that you got or whatever it might be, your fight that you had with your best friend. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my route with it, and just realizing that, hey, like, everything that's your issue right now, don't worry about it. Just focus on the soccer aspect
Why does your daughter like reach for me and then run away really quick?
because she knows you're a bad person, Chad.
That's so mean, bro. All right, Day, how would you say that in the college game is the best way to help motivate unmotivated girls?
Sorry, all I can hear is a hand on mic.
No touching.
In the college game, motivation has gotten, all the girls to where they are, right then and there because obviously getting to play college soccer is, a great privilege and it took a lot of motivation to get there. But I think keeping girls motivated is tricky, especially I would say in Division 3, just because seasons are shorter and it seems like there's a lot of work to be done that we don't always see pay off.
What would you say about like motivating girls in the off season? And I mean this is even for club players and youth as well, of how to motivate players when there's no games to look forward to.
Right. I think it's just like kind of that mental game and really motivating them to stay in it mentally, just to continue to like keep bettering themselves day in and day out. I think that's kind of the best time to work on that aspect of their game.
Yeah, for sure. Also, you know, players are there are players that are super hungry for battling for their position, right? If you're on a bench player, and you want to get better, someone's gonna try to take your spot, right? At the highest level, at club, whatever it might be, right? So, if you're in off season and you're just watching TV, not really putting in the work, someone else is putting in that work, or several people are putting in that work. They're coming for your spot. So if you're a starter at a college level or at a top ECNL level, players don't like sitting. Players want to be starting. They want to show their showcase. They want to be on the field. They want to score their goals, whatever it might be, whatever position you are. And if you're on the bench, what are you going to do to get on the starting lineup? You're going to put in more work, right? So if you just think that your position's guaranteed or whatever, no, you got to continue to work. You got to continue to sharpen your skills. You got to continue to get better in whatever you're lacking, because if not, someone will take your spot. And then at the highest level, that is a day, like that's every day. Everyone is going for your spot. If you're starting one game, trust me, the player behind you is coming for your starting spot. They are going as hard as they can at practice to make sure that they can maybe take that starting spot over you. So it's gets more cutthroat at the higher levels, but man, you cannot take a day off.
Yeah. Put my sock on inside out this morning.
Can you say hi?
Collins, what do you think about this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and then did either of you ever like go into a game like personally and feel like, ugh, it's a tough day today?
Dave, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think a lot of days are like that, and then like, I mean, you're not
Every
gonna.
single day. Like,
No,
I go
but
into the game and I'm like, it's
but
been
I,
a day.
but I mean, you're not gonna have like the greatest, game day or practice day, every day. And I think, um, when, you're feeling unmotivated, or whenever I had been feeling like unmotivated, or, having one of those lower energy days, I think for me, it's like stepping onto the field and remembering, I get to and I don't have to, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, again, that mentality side and that mental aspect of the game, um, for me has always kind of, helped push through that little barrier, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Dave was saying, like not every day is going to be great. Not every week of practice is going to be great. You might feel tired. You might be sore. You might have an injury that's bugging you. Obviously, the mental side of it, you gotta push through it. But when you step on the field, it's just like, how can I help my team? What can I do to help my team that day? If my first touch isn't on, if my finishing isn't on, can I fix it on the defensive side? Can I be impossible to beat? Can I make recovery runs? Can I win tackles? Whatever it might be to help the team win. And again, usually I might be the goal scorer or the person that no one beats. Okay, well, what can my now job be that day, instead of, okay, I'm not putting the ball in the back of the net. Okay, can I find the best pass that now my teammate scores the goal, right? So contributing in different ways instead of maybe the way that you normally contribute. Always be effective on the field and being diverse and being able to realize, hey, I'm not having my day. I'm having a bad day, but you know what? I can still contribute on the field.
No, that's fair. Now the biggest, hardest hitting question is, how do you motivate a player to do extra work at home?
Tough question. Um,
Emma Delgado, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm a little bit new to, the coaching realm and world, and so I'm still trying to, learn the most, I guess, efficient ways to see, stuff like that. And for me, I guess I have just kind of, told the players like, hey, it's either you're going to be the best one or someone else is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of up to you and whether or not you want to be better than them, or, they're going to be better than you. And so um, I think it's important for coaches to kind of leave them with that, and then for the players, like that's how we, see who really is going to, be great and who's going to be okay because we're able to see who's going home and doing it and who's not. So,
Yeah, adding on today's aspect of, kids, especially,
She poop.
I don't think so. Maybe pee.
You just farted at me.
Um,
Yeah.
um, especially for boys, young boys, and not saying girls don't either, but like boys love competition, right? When I was growing up, I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted to compete. So, when you make kids do stuff at home, like have them time themselves, have them get a record, and then actually sometimes I'll even have them do it at the session, and then I'll be like, hey, you're gonna go home and let's say their drilling record was 50 that day. Like, and I'll next week hey, if your record isn't over 50, we're gonna have to do 20 push-ups or something like that, or and they're like, oh, I don't want to do those 20 push-ups, so like it's a little bit of competition. Or if it's a small group, like I'll have them compete against each other. Okay, well, their record was 50 and his was 52, something like that. And it's like, hey, you got to beat your teammate the next time you come in here, and so it really drives the competition like that. And then so that I mean that's a good one too. Or I'll have some players that again, if I have a class or whatever it might be, obviously there's different levels for players and stuff and different ages and all. When you have older players that are in and the younger players kind of look up to them, like look what this player can do, and like, oh, I want to do that. So they like look up to players, and or they see what we can do sometimes too, and like, oh man, I want to do that. So that's a different way too to motivate them, as well as just like, hey, like, can you be as good as your peers, or can you compete against your peers as well?
Yeah. Right. So, so doing like extra training, right, in the down times, right? So Soccer Speed this summer is doing Summer Series League, right? So what you're going to be able to do is you're getting those two practices. We're getting that athletic development on top of the additional technical training, and we're topping it off with games on the weekend. So that's an added piece for kids to still have something to look forward to, how we spoke about, and getting high level intense training, and the league being set up in a smaller format. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on smaller sided game plays and the benefits to that?
Yeah, so I mean, I love smaller side. You get more touches on the ball, less space to work with. And you got to compete. If your player beats you, you're giving up a goal in smaller sided games, right? That was always, the competition in me when I was playing at a high level and we 4v4, 5v5. I knew if I got beat, I'm giving up a goal. So it's a battle. It's to compete. And then the nice thing is too, you get those two trainings, and you get to use what you worked with your coach during that week and bring it to the game aspect. So you don't just forget it. You get to train twice a week, and then you get to bring it to the game aspect and use what you just learned for that week, which is huge, obviously. And kids love obviously playing in games and competing. So that's going to be a nice little aspect for them this summer.
yeah, I think small, quick-sighted, short games to allow players to get better and, be competitive and, get touches on the ball is always a great opportunity for young players.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Talk Footy to Me episode. I don't know at this point, but hey, that's good because
Episode
we're
11.
getting more than like 5, so we're like real now,
Can you
guys.
say bye bye to everybody?
Can you say bye, Collins?
Can you give a laugh? Yeah.
That's good. All right, till next time.